Welcome everybody back to episode 2. Let's get things moving right along here. We have a lot of things we need to work on. A lot of things need to get done. And I've kind of made a little decision to go ahead and work on a defensive area. Even though we're going to be making it out of wood. For the time being, I think having some defenses, even if they're made out of wood, would be better than having nothing. So we're going to chop down a few more trees. And as soon as we get those done, we will work on building some sort of long line for people to have to walk through to get to us. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and do it out of wood anyway. Now, what are you doing? You're wandering. You need the materials for that. Why don't you go chop some trees down? This won't take long. But right now, the only thing we have for a structure is this one box with 3 doors on it, and we don't have 2 doors on one side, so it won't be very effective for shooting at it, people. Right, we have our orders. Let's speed things along. As soon as we get some trees done. They really want to do construction right now. We need to lower that a little bit. Plant cutting at a priority. Consuming, that's fine, you can do that. So I'm going to use this for now. I'm going to go up about here. Oh, I say for now, that's wide enough. And we'll just continue this down like so. And we're going to use these new crenellated parapets here. No, actually we're going to use the embrasures. And I'll tell you why. The parapets act like sandbags, and the enemies can hop over those pretty quickly. They do provide good cover from gunfire, but the embrasure costs a little bit more. However, it takes them significantly longer to crawl over the top of this. So we're going to get that built down there. We also need to have, this isn't exactly even, but this isn't going to be a permanent structure. We need to have some sort of enclosure in here. And that'll be enough for now right there. Research is still working pretty well. As soon as this is done, we'll have 2 researchers. And in fact, I'm going to take Doc off of construction right now and put him on research. I'll leave him at a 3 for construction, but we'll lower research. Oh, we have a mad animal. A local squirrel has gone mad. That's not really anything for me to be worried about. We'll have Sarge take care of it. So we got a little bit of a scratch. Now you're gonna melee the squirrel to death. Okay. Well, Sarge, your bed is now being turned into medical. You need to go rest. Now, we don't have any medicine, but Doc hasn't eaten medicine, so. And it's just a scratch. Yeah, it's only 3 damage. That was a pretty quick treatment there. Yeah, she'll heal up really quickly. Already fully healed. Not a problem. Just a squirrel, but we need to get this done before some enemies show up. Chopping up the squirrel, that's fine. Not really anything to do with all that meat right now, but there we go. We are very close to having stone cutting done. And then, like I said, we will work on the passive cooler. We'll get the passive cooler done, and then after that, I'm not really too concerned about research right now. But we do need to get these 2 things done. You are still building, that is good. Now will cut trees down when they're in the way. However, she will not cut trees down for regular stone cutting. Alright, so the passive cooler. And then production, we need to get a stone cutter's table. I'm going to make 2 right away. Because all of my people can craft. So if I tell them to go stone cut, they will stone cut. We're also going to make a tiny little dumping stockpile zone for chunks. Stone chunks only. No slag, no corpses, none of that. Just some stone chunks. And what do we have the most of? What are we going to be building our walls out of? We have limestone, we have sandstone. I don't remember which one's stronger. There's some adobe laying around. That's really good. We're going to need the adobe for defense stuff. Marble has 420 health. Slate has 455. Granite has the most. I already knew that. Sandstone, here we go. 490 for sandstone. And 700 for limestone. Wow, I thought granite had the most health. Oh, I guess limestone wall has the most health. Oh, no, that's a limestone block. That's not an limestone wall. Okay. Well, it looks like limestone it is then. So we're going to go and take everything else out except for limestone. Oh, you're sleeping outside, aren't you? Because your bed is still set to medical. I'm sorry. While we're on the subject, we're going to go ahead and make a medical bed down here. We'll make 2. Those will get done tomorrow. We'll speed things up until everybody wakes up. Slept outside, slept on the ground, unfortunately. But we do have very low expectations. New colony optimism. She's getting lots of joy because she doesn't really have a lot to do besides building. And when the building's done, she kind of runs out of things to do. Right now she is making our stone cutting tables and these beds. We definitely need that. This fox meat's going to spoil today. That's not a problem. We need to get some sort of meat-eating animals. Like this timber wolf. It'd be nice if we could train him or tame him, but our handling skill is only at a 6 for our highest. So I don't think we really want our doctor to be trying to tame a wolf. Might be a good idea to start out with something small like a turkey or a turtle. Ah, here we go. We're going to make stone blocks forever. Excuse me. And we're going to turn everything off right now except for limestone. I don't want them making any blocks except for limestone. Do forever limestone. And then we're just going to drop these on the floor. I don't have a stockpile set for these right now anyway, I don't think, but we tell you to haul those, you're not even going to listen to me. So I need to make a secondary stockpile over here for all the chunks except for the limestone. We'll put the slag and we'll put corpses in here too, just so we have a place to put them, especially if any animals get killed on the map and left half-eaten. I would like to have those. Oh, you really need to wake up and get yourself something to eat, sir. You are still... Oh, you're stone cutting now. That is fantastic. This tree is going to have to go. It's directly in the way. Cutting this oak tree, and then hopefully when you're done cutting the oak tree, I can get... Actually, I would really like to have this bed finished. At least one of these, in case we get hurt again. You know what, go ahead and just do the other one. It's a poor bed, no big deal. What are you going to do after that? You're going to go research, alright? We don't want you doing that. We want you crafting now. In fact, I'm going to force you to do that. We need to start getting a bunch of limestones done. Limestone blocks done. Fox meat has rotted away in storage. That is not a big deal at all. Now, we don't have anybody hauling right now. Pretty much everybody who can craft, so there's no need to haul this stone over. They're just going to bring it there. Might as well let them go get what they need. limestone blocks. Now we can finally see how much health. 540. Well, it has more than sandstone. Not by much. It only has 55 less than granite, so it's probably one of the stronger walls, so we got a little bit lucky with the sandstone there. Or not the sandstone, the limestone. We have sandstone or limestone, that is it. Those are our only two choices, it looks like. However, with the medieval mod, and with stone cutting, we also have the stone quarry now that we have unlocked with the stone cutting. Basically, it allows you to make these stone chunks. The limestone chunk, whatever chunks you want, you can set a build order. We're not going to make it right now because it actually takes quite a long time to make a chunk. Because, you know, they're making the chunk basically out of midair. Oh, a wanderer has joined us, and a villager named Julian has arrived and he has joined the colony. He is a human computer. Okay. They are usually really good at research. Yeah, research 10. Nice. So one of you guys are definitely off of research forever. I'm going to put him at a 2. Patient and bed rest and flick need to be at a 1 for everyone. We don't have any switches yet, but when we do, if we do, we're going to need someone to flick them. You're not too bad with animals. How about we just put you at a 4 there? You can't cook. You're no good at that. We don't want you hunting right now, especially because we don't have any more ranged weapons. Growing, of course, at a 3. Mining, we're going to put everybody at a 3. Plant cutting is always at a 1. He can craft. Or, yep, Julian. He can craft, that's good. Haul, clean. We need to set everybody up to 3s for these. And eventually we're going to have somebody set at priority hauling all the time. We're going to need it because they're going to be refilling these items. And I think that's what he's doing right now. Now you do not have a shirt. Or respectable clothing of any kind. So we're going to need a colonist bed. So we're actually going to turn that off of medical for now. Right, we have a pretty good amount of these limestone blocks up. So let's go ahead and start doing that. We're going to leave a hallway right here. And I'm going to do pretty large bedrooms. I know you don't really need that much space for bedrooms, but we're not going to be using power. Excuse me. We're not going to be using electricity to heat our stuff, our rooms. We're going to be using fire and that kind of warmth. So to make it a little easier for me, I'm going to use a larger room, and I'm going to put one hearth, stone hearth, which generates heat and joy per room. And you could put a hearth down and then some smaller bedrooms. But the hearths do pretty good at keeping a medium-sized room pretty warm. We'll have 2 bedrooms for now. We don't have anybody in a relationship or anything like that. I don't think anybody is even... Yeah, no one's even family members with anything of any kind, so... We have a boy and a girl and a boy and a girl, I think. Doc is a male, Julian's a male, Red Shirt, and Sarge are both females. So yeah, there's a pretty good chance there that somebody might shack up. That would help us definitely for space. Now, Sarge, I have not told you to prioritize crafting. Oh, yes, I have. So we're actually going to drop you down to a 3. Raise you to a 2 for construction. Because if you have the blocks, right now I'd rather you use the blocks if you have them. You are still forced to do it. So after you're done doing this block, I'm going to let you go because you're going to want to go get something to eat. Yep. You're going to get something to eat. And Sarge will start working on this. Oh, well, Doc, you got to it first. These rooms are going to take quite a while because these limestone blocks take a while to lay. But fireproof. Wooden walls only have a strength of 140, so you're triple the strength with the limestone wall. And we might be cowering behind our walls and doors for a little while in this playthrough. At least some people, like our doctor. We'll see. Things might not get too hectic right off the bat, but they will get pretty crazy. You know, the game only lets you have like 12 colonists, but eventually you'll be facing waves of 30 to 40 people. Alright, everybody is asleep for the night. So we got the work done that we're going to get done. We have 285 limestone blocks. Not bad for our first day of unlocking them, and we also almost have passive coolers. Once we have both of those, we're going to have all 4 of our people working on, well, life. We've got some food, but this is going to be spoiling today. In fact, all of this is going to be spoiling today. I think this is the stew that we got from the cargo drops. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and put Sarge up to a 1. And we're going to hunt these harmless animals in our perimeter. Just so we're not going too far. I can get all 4 of these, or all 5 of these. The game is really nice at telling you if you've selected a predator to hunt. I mean, we will go after any predators we find, because I am not going to have one of my people eaten alive by a cougar or a bear. But we're going to go after them as a team. While one person ticks it off, the other one can run away and shoot it in the back or something. Ah, and here, exactly what I was talking about, a bear. Now, this bear is pretty far away from my actual settlement, and he has a lot of things to hunt. So I'm not going to worry about him for a few more days. Oh, I'd really like to have this alpaca. In fact, I'd really like to have it. I'm going to try to tame her. Julian, you don't have a weapon. So, if... Oh, you have a shiv. You see, you're heat tolerant, teetotaler, and lazy. Heat tolerant, not so good. Honestly, it's not that bad. Oh, nice shot there, Julian. Or, Sarge. So if we pop this crafting spot right here, it doesn't matter where we put it, we can just delete it. We can make... Let me turn that down. Sorry. We can make a recurved bow. We need wood, pitch glue, and wood. Okay. Wood, pitch glue, I think requires just wood. Alright. We're going to do those until we have 1. For now. And I think that requires a crafting skill, so... Okay, we're going to have a lot of people getting to work now. Because we're done researching for the time being, and we need to get some stuff done. Where are you going? What is your cooking skill? Your cooking skill is still at a 4. Oh, we are almost at a 5. That is good. Ah, I see. Sarge is not bringing in her kills. She's just recklessly shooting everything. Sometimes that happens. I don't know why. We do have... Oh, we might not have this set to store bodies. No, it's set to store animal corpses. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. We're putting the animal corpses down here. My mistake? Let me fix that right away. We're still going to do wooden doors, I think. Well, how much? I think they cost 25 each. How much steel do we have? 329. We don't have a whole lot, but we have enough to make our doors out of steel. Yeah, these definitely take a long time to build, but like I said, they're going to be fireproof. Weak Stew 5 has rotted away in storage. That is perfectly okay. As soon as you're done butchering that, though, I'd really like to see you make some more stew. Alright, go ahead and butcher that. I want you to leave this alone. And I don't want you to build. Oh, okay, it's out of fuel? What's going on here? Oh, we've suspended it because I found all of that stew on the ground. Now I remember. So yeah, you go ahead and... There, now you're gonna go cook because I've unsuspended the bill. Good. Those stews will last a few days. This meat will only last like 1 day, so... And our cooking skill is now at a 5. Can you... Or was this a 6? Requires a minimum cooking skill of 8. Wow. That one requires only a 5. So the bulk one requires 8 and the regular one requires 5. So after you're done with that, you're going to go build. Why don't you fuel the smokehouse? And you're going to cook and jerk meats. There you go. Alright. This is going to take a pretty long time for her to do this because she's going to have to do each one by itself. But that will give her more experience. And I would rather her do that because these jerked meats will spoil in 2 seasons, 14 days. No refrigeration required. It's basically just like jerky. Or it is jerky, I guess. It's not like jerky, it is jerky. I am missing a colonist. Oh, you were probably off hunting, aren't you? All day long. And now we have this wolf here. And we are going to deal with it accordingly. And maybe we can get a look and see how these walls slow down enemies while we're at it. Now, he is sleeping. So we are going to sneak up on him. Fire some shots. And miss them all. And miss again. And miss again. And miss again. And miss again. What is your shooting skill? 7. I know he's laying down, but come on, that's just bad. Why don't you guys get a little closer so you can both fire. And both miss. Really? This is embarrassing, guys. I mean, I know he's laying down on the ground and there might be like a tree or something in the way, but why don't you move right up against the wall? Wow, this is sad. Does he have some sort of magical shield? Oh, there we go. And you'll see how long it's going to take him to get over this one wall. However, they are going to be shooting the living daylights out of it while he's trying to get over it. You guys better you guys better improve your accuracy really quickly now. Yeah, so while this thing's made out of wood, it's not going to last very long for defense-wise, but it does slow the enemy down. So if we put a couple layers of it, and eventually my idea is to have branching defenses coming off of the sides. We're going to use this plan feature here for this. So we're eventually going to just replace all of this. But when we do, we'll probably just build it right next to it. And then I want to build like little buckets, I'd say. I don't even know what else to call them. Just little rooms off like this. And I'm going to build these embrasures quite like I have here. And I'm going to have the embrasures across where the walls are on the sides here. And then we're going to do something just like this long hallway on the side here and on the side here. That way when the enemies get up to about here, we can quickly duck through these doors and run around. And while they're busy destroying all of our ballistas and whatnot that we've built, we can reman new positions and fight them like that. And we are in the middle of the night here, so we're going to speed things up a little bit. Now hopefully with these kinds of multiple areas to fight in, we'll be able to handle the large hordes of enemies that come at us. We're going to be okay for a few days. Probably going to get hit by Shanker's Ridge first. That's what I'm guessing. If the tribe hits me first, though, that's going to really suck because they have a lot more numbers. Cargo pods dropped right outside of our base carrying limestone blocks. How lucky. Get these slags hauled as well. I mean, we were building everything out of limestone anyway. Wow, look at all of these failed constructions. You can tell it's failed because they drop the resources right there on the ground and then move on to the next project. We can also unsuspend that because it's going to spoil today. You need to wake up. I'm going to let you go and eat this stew. But you really need to get to cooking. Or you can go play horseshoes as well, I guess. That's fine. At least now she's not disturbing everybody. Just let her get a little bit of joy. And then we're going to make her cook all day. We'll at least let her get enough joy to where she just stops doing things by herself. Oh, she already did. Sarge is now doing it. Alright. Yeah, like I said, this is going to take quite a while, but we're going to get some good cooking experience. We're already up to 15 out of 6,000. She only has a slight interest in it, so it's not going to be going up super fast. A chunk from our spacecraft has fallen and landed nearby. Alright, well, we don't need to worry about that. These are good for components and such, but we don't really need those. We actually have a room done here. We do have the roof area set, but like I said, as long as there are materials already delivered, they're going to prioritize working on this first. There's another mod I like to use called Hand Me That Brick, where haulers will deliver materials, but that actually interferes pretty badly with the raindrops on my head because they will build every wall before they get any roofs built. And I like to see the roofs go up really quick. Alright, let us get... two beds in here for now. Like I said, we're probably going to be sharing rooms temporarily. At least until we get more built. However, with these cargo pods dropping all of this beautiful limestone, we might not have to. Alright, so 1, 2, 3 spaces in between. And a nice 9x9 room. And I know, again, these rooms are extravagantly large. But that's fine. I'm also going to be putting things like... Oh, we have a good bed. And we have an awful one. Alright, we're going to just plain deconstruct the awful one. And build 2 more... Oops, I did not mean to do that. If you care about having things look nice, I didn't want to do that. These are all on the way. You don't really have to tell them to haul them, but I figure if people run out of stuff to do, they'll go and haul those. Alright, we have a shoddy. Shoddy gives 0.53 comfort. Good gives 0.83 comfort. So that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to get better beds here. And we actually ran out of trees, I believe, so we can chop a few down. Alright. We're going to put Red Shirt in here, and then Julian in here. Because they have the worst moods. Or the lowest moods, I guess. Sarge, can you finish this bed? Maybe we can get somebody else their own private bedroom for the night? That'd be great. Awful. Okay, well, that's even worse. Thank you for that. Not really, but you know what? That's fine. He'll be happier just to have his own bedroom for the night. Harvesting. Alright, you go do that. you could deconstruct that. I like to have the double beds when I build their bedrooms in everybody's room, even if they don't have anybody. I would personally prefer to have a bigger bed myself, and that way if they do get into a relationship with somebody, it's just a matter of them moving into the room with them. It's not, you don't have to reconstruct anything, you don't have to move anything. They'll just go and lay in that bed with them. So I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We still haven't been rated yet. We're probably going to get rated first thing in the next episode. That would be my guess. So we haven't seen anything yet, but they do give us a couple days to prepare. So appreciate you watching. I hope to see you next time.